So here at Fully Charged, I've bumped into an old buddy of mine from Dubai, and it's been a few years since I saw you, and I thought, what is he doing here? Is he on holiday or whatever? No, you've come specifically for Fully Charged. So this is Salman Hussain. What are you doing here and why?
Hey Shehzad, man, it's so lovely to see you after such a long time. I actually came down here because I'm starting a business in the UAE that focuses on electric car conversions, and I know that a lot of the guys out here are doing this, so I thought, why not come down, get some of that knowledge, and then try to take it back. We're launching one of the first EV conversion concepts in the UAE, so let's see how it goes.
So EV conversions, especially on classic cars over here, we're going for nearly a decade now, and there's quite a few people in the market, and it's a growing area here. But from what I remember in Dubai, honestly, there wasn't a lot of interest. I mean, I've been back like 3 years now, but there wasn't a lot of interest. I mean, for you to actually embark on this, do you think that there's enough of a demand and interest in that market now?
It's interesting you say that, and I hope that it comes to fruition, because we're seeing a lot of interest in terms of when we take the car out. When we started, I actually put some of my own money and got a Beetle converted in the UAE and showcased it to people.
What year Beetle?
So this is a modern Beetle. It's a 2001 Mexican. However, it still looks like the old one, and they used to make that in Brazil until 2003. When you take it to car shows, people don't know what they're looking at. So it's very interesting, and I think people are very excited about it. I'm now getting like a couple of inquiries every day about some Mercedes conversion or something or the other. So there is definitely interest, but I will have to build the market, let's be honest. It's not as it is in the UK, and I hope that it goes through.
Do you still think it's an enthusiast or a novelty market, or do you see a wider scope for it in terms of commercial market or people converting regular cars to electric?
Well, here's the thing, right? So the market that I'm looking at for classic cars is sort of like a beachhead. I'll start off with that. But what we're doing is two aspects of it, and something that the guys here are also focusing on, as I've been having conversations with them, is the aspect of controlling or getting data out of it. So the conversions that they're doing is purely just electrifying something that used to be a petrol, but what we're doing on top of that is also putting down software that can then feed into logistical softwares for optimal routes. And what we hope is that our technology, both of them, can then be applied on commercial fleets retrofitting older vehicles, and that would be the real game changer, especially in the UAE, because we don't have anything over there for this.
That would be amazing. But what would be the unique challenges for that market and that environment, with the heat and the sand and the weather conditions and the need to use the AC and climate control the whole time? Doesn't that present unique challenges?
Man, I think you hit the nail on the head, because there's definitely a temperature difference between obviously what we do here and what there. It's very hot. And yes, there's also the idea of sealing it, but then again, we don't get a lot of rain. So a lot of the things are the same. You need to have it all sealed up, and that's similar to here. But the temperature and thermally regulating those batteries is super key. And yes, there will be definitely a drop in range, but it won't be as significant if you use an efficient system, and that's what we plan to do. So we need to now, on top of what generally you require for cooling the batteries, you need to have some refrigerant loops going through them as well. And there are people doing that, but we will definitely be one of the first in that market to be doing this kind of conversions, to thermally control the batteries, to thermally control the motors, and to be able to make sure that the system works.
Now, obviously, when you have a new startup, which is what you're doing, you have to advertise and you market and all the rest of it. But here, you almost have to reprogram people's thinking in Dubai. I mean, for them, how are you going to do that? Are people amenable to what you're trying to do, or is it a case of educating them and telling them what you're trying to achieve?
Oh my God, I've had such there's books I can write on people's mentality and how different it is from here. But the thing is that a lot of people actually back the idea, and I'll tell you why. Because there is a really good use case in the UK, where a lot of classic cars are. If something breaks down, sure, you can come up to the shops and you can get something from scrap, no problem. But in the UAE, I got to ship it in, I got to wait the time, and then you have to have a specialist garage who's able to do it, who usually charges a premium, let's be honest. So there is really a value driver to be able to now break through that mentality of this car needs to sound a certain way and this car needs to feel a certain way, and to break through with the idea that yes, you can actually drive your car now rather than it being in the shops for 5 months or 6 months at a time, or through breaks. And that, I think, is something that I'll need to do. But having taken the car and actually having tried it, which is what we did with one of our prototypes, I'm seeing a lot of positive feedback. People are not too against it, and so I hope that will come through. And really, it's such a niche market that you don't really need everybody on board. What you need is a specific amount of people that are saying, yes, I love what you do, I want to do it, and let's do it.
Brilliant, man. I tell you what, I wish you the best of luck. I think it's quite a tall order that you've taken on, but I wish you all good speed with it and all good luck with it. It'll be amazing to see what you achieve and how you do it. Tell everybody where they can find out more about what you're doing, your company name and URLs or anything like that.
Well, thank you. So we're Fuse. That's what we're called. The Instagram is fuse_AE and our website is fuse.ae. So please reach out to us. We're happy to help you with whatever you need.
Awesome. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much for your time, Shahzad.
Great to see you.
I really appreciate it. Absolutely, man. Thanks.
A big shout out and thanks to Jay Williams over at Air Technic, who are top tier sponsors of Brown Car Guy. Check them out at Air Technic Co UK for exhausts, brakes, suspension and body kits. Plus our other major sponsor, Nayagen Solutions. Much appreciation also to Tier 4 sponsors, Muhammad Ali Humaid, Tom Conway Gordon and Reza Adil. And of course all these other guys who supporting on Patreon. Brown Car Guy is eternally grateful. Hey, think about joining them over at patreon.com Brown Car Guy. If you can't, don't worry. Just make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel and website. Plus follow on social media by searching for Brown Car Guy.